Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I just dried my hair. Do you guys do this where you put on eye patches while you're drying your hair? I have a face full of nothing, skincare, and I am super excited because I recently picked up a couple new things from E.L.F. So I thought let's just do a regular day chill get ready with me using some new products. I think I got like largely E.L.F. here. I didn't grab like an entire face full, but I think I have just about a face full. Some of them are the things that are like brand new. Some of them are a couple replacements. And then I'm gonna put on some things that are not new because, you know, I already have a pretty good E.L.F. collection. Eyes, lips, face, if you didn't know what E.L.F. stands for. I am not sponsored, affiliated, endorsed. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just like the economical version of the products. I'm looking a little pale right now, so let's even out the skin tone, huh? I did pick up a new E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in shade Light Sand. I don't know how it's gonna work. I felt like the last one I grabbed out of my bin was, out of the drawer, was a little dark complected. So let's just try this shade. It's a little yellow and perhaps a little light, but we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go with it here. Now I'm putting on a little bit more concealer than I probably would because I'm going back into one of my favorite foundation serums. This looks horrible, but this E.L.F. foundation serum with goji berry, what shade is this? Light medium. This got me into the serum foundations. This is what started it all. I think one of the things that I loved about this is I could actually take it all the way up my eyes. So this is light medium. It's a pretty good match, but it's a foundation serum, so it's a little bit lighter. Anyway, I could take that foundation serum all the way up underneath my eyes and not feel super crepey or heavy or made up or caked on. I'm pretty sure this is a E.L.F. sponge as well. So I was recently going back through some old pictures that were on my phone, and I realized I used to do a lot more interesting, colorful date night combinations. So I think what I'm gonna do is, starting very soon, I'm gonna actually start doing Friday night get ready with me, or at least the Friday night get readies with me that I am doing. They're gonna be a little bit more on the colorful side, because that to me is like when I do bright colored eyeshadows is for date night. I don't do a ton like during the regular day, and I certainly don't do colorful eyeshadows when I'm working, so it should be kind of fun. I was looking through like Pat McGrath palettes and stuff like that and saying, you know what, I don't usually wear these for daytime, and it seems like when I film for a date night get ready with me, I'm usually using a new palette or something that's, you know, colorful that I wanted to try and film with you guys. So some of them might be older palettes. Well, most of them are going to be probably older palettes that we're just revisiting. So if you guys have those, maybe it'll bring some new life into collection. Or if you don't have a collection and you were interested, I know that towards the end of 2021, Pat McGrath had a bunch of like 30% off sales. It seems like all the time. So it was a good time to get some of her mothership palettes. I mean, they're still expensive. Don't spend money on this stuff if it's going to be cost prohibitive. Just, you know, use your money wisely. You guys don't need all of this stuff. Sure, I'm palette obsessed, but the whole kind of point of some of this is to look and see if it actually appeals to you. I don't get paid to do any of these, so you get my unfiltered opinion. Sometimes, depending on my mood, I might actually really like something, and then I go to use it again and go, well, maybe I didn't love that as much as I thought I did. Okay, so complexion is kind of prepped. I'm maybe still a little dark in through here. I'm gonna let this dry down just a little bit, and then we'll come back up and do some final looks into it. Okay, I did pick up one of their putty eye primers. I didn't know they had these. Now, I like a putty eye primer type situation, a pot of shadow, like a cream, especially when I'm traveling, because it's easy just to kind of glide this on and then not have to worry about it. So I know that you can get several versions at the drugstore. Obviously ColourPop makes cream eyeshadows as well. Not super helpful. The E.L.F. Putty Primer was one of the gift with purchase. If you're not part of the E.L.F. Beauty Squad and you do shop on their website, I don't know why you wouldn't be shopping on their website without it. My local Walgreens, where I get a lot of E.L.F. products, they don't have a lot of choices. Okay, so this is a little disappointing. It's almost like it's shrunken in the component. Can I get this to, so it's like not all the way up to the edge, It's probably why they're giving it away, huh? And I'm trying to warm it up a little bit. I was trying to pick it up with a brush and it doesn't seem to be loading up. We're just gonna keep swirling in here. I kind of tried to warm up the top a little bit with my finger, but it is pretty intense. Let's just try this. I don't know what the prices are originally because this was a free gift with purchase, as I was saying. I tend to sometimes order things from the E.L.F. website because it's a little bit easier for me to get than going down to my local Walgreens. Even my local Ulta sometimes doesn't get all the latest and greatest and stuff like that. I've had good luck with E.L.F.'s customer service. I've gotten a couple palettes that haven't arrived in the greatest condition, but they were quick to turn on and send me a replacement, which I really appreciated. Not very often, it doesn't happen very often, but. So between the variety and the new, and if you can, you know what, actually that worked out pretty well. If you can get, you know, some of the new releases that are likely to sell out. There's been a couple things that I've missed out. You know, I haven't gotten everything that I wanted. Like I really wanted the avocado face sponges from the Chipotle collection. So it actually did adhere. I finally got some on the brush and got it to adhere to my eyelids, and it's kind of like a subtle stain almost, not necessarily a super opaque eye base like I would expect. That's okay though. I'm not upset with it. It just seemed like it took a lot of work, and I don't know if these are older or not. I was going to use one of my putty primers and I completely forgot. Mine is all over the place here. So I didn't get it like a ton of new. I got some new. These are older, these primer infused blushes. These are both shimmer blushes. I don't really care for the shimmers so much. I don't know why I grabbed two shimmers. I prefer a matte, but I think these are not like overly shimmery. I figured I would just kind of use this as a blush situation. And the primer infused, I think, give a very beautiful color. And honestly, these are not too shimmery, even though they are the shimmer blushes. I think you can still do kind of a light hand. Not a light hand with the color, because, you know, I over-abuse blush, but yeah, it seemed like I just went far too much. It's okay, we'll buff that out. We'll have it be a little bit more subtle by the time we're all done. I tend to buff out stuff as opposed to building up. Okay, so the first blush I tried is Always Hazy. Not tried, I have these, they're not new. The other one is Always Silly, and I figured I would use this to kind of just brighten up a little bit on top. A little bit more of a pink. I love a pink nude kind of blush situation. And this is probably a little, again, it's bold right now, but trust me, we'll buff it out. The blushes are great. They really are. Very pleased with them. Okay. E.L.F. came out with two new bite-sized eyeshadow palettes in December. This is one of the two. It's called Dreamsicle, I believe. And it does remind me of those little ice cream cups that you used to get in middle school. So that was the first one. I think it's too light for me on a regular basis to use because I don't really gravitate towards pastels. I tend to go a little bit darker and richer, but I felt like this could actually be a really good complementary palette, meaning that if you've got a palette like, I don't know, a super high-end palette, a Pat McGrath palette, or something that's got a lot of super saturated colors, maybe one of her Astral Blitz quads, that you don't really get maybe a full eye look, but they're a complementary palette. You put two complementary palettes together and then, you know, maybe get an eye look. And this one has a matte. This one down here is a matte and then 3 shimmers. And I Like You a Latte it's a standard solid neutral nude palette, which to me is fantastic for every day. And at $3 a piece, you pop them in your purse or your center console or your car or somewhere where you might need a little pick-me-up, and it's okay if it doesn't survive because $3 if something bad happens to it. I don't want something bad to happen to your makeup, don't get me wrong, but these tend to be very economical. Let's scoot you in and we'll apply some eyeshadow. Okay, got you in a little bit closer. As you can see, I have close set, smaller, hooded eyes. I'm a lady of a certain age. We're not going to make any bones about that. I'm going to go into the Dreamsicle palette and grab that matte. Lots of kick up, but you'd kind of expect that from a $3 palette. And frankly, there's some higher end palettes too that are not as tightly pressed, and so I'm not super concerned about a little kick up. Okay, I don't know if it's the eye primer, but putting that on top all of a sudden made that a lot more wearable for me. It's actually kind of a pretty shade. Now all of a sudden I'm inspired. I'm gonna go into the darker shimmer in here, and we're just gonna put that over most of the lid. Did I just totally change my mind about pastels in this palette? No. I'm a little shocked by this that I actually like it. I mean, I look a little sleepy, but it's not horrible. All right, I'm just grabbing the next shimmer down, and we're just gonna put a little of this right in the center, which I sometimes do for giving my eye a little bit more of a rounded look. Might as well grab this kind of almost champagne-y color. And I'll put this right here because I can't leave well enough alone. All right, I've got a little pencil brush here. I'm gonna go back into the matte, and we'll just put a little of this underneath here, kind of soften up and clean up a little bit. Can I build this up a little bit? No, probably not enough that I need to. It's just a very clean, no makeup look. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a little distraction. My son had come inside. He went thrifting and he had to show me all of the things that he acquired. Okay, you guys, so in order to save this as a look that I would actually wear, this is actually now something I would wear with glasses, easily wear it for daytime. I don't know why I looked at this and went, okay, I'm never gonna wear these shadows by themselves. But as soon as I paired it with this kind of a, it's like a eyeliner, or it's like an eyeshadow pencil, but this one is one from the Chocolate Mint collection. And I put a little bit of it up against my lash line and then buffed it in with a brush, put on a coat mascara, and I'm like, all of a sudden, why was I turning my nose up at this? Because this is now all of a sudden completely wearable. Lesson learned. Don't rule out something until you actually try it. Let's go do the other Like You a Latte or Love You a Latte or whatever version on the other eye, because this is something that initially I would have gravitated towards. So I'm cleaning off my brush here. Hopefully I'm not shaking my camera too bad. So you've got two matte neutral shades. They're all mattes. I don't know why I just said that, but you've got two here. This one seems like it's a tinge. What, my nails? I didn't do my nails. I was going to, sorry. This one's a little bit warmer. This one's looks a little bit cooler. I think I might try the cooler one up top and have to make sure I'm on the right. And again, I use that putty primer on my eyelids that is tinted. Does it have a shade on it? Hold on. The shade that I picked up in this putty primer is actually Clay. And like I said, it showed up just a little tiny bit. Like that shade immensely. We're gonna go into the darker shade. I think the last bite-size palettes that E.L.F. put out was like the Chocolate Mint collection. And one of them I really liked, the one that was all pastels. I don't think I was wowed by it because it was harder for me to figure out how to use. Whereas I would grab a color from it and incorporate it into the other one. And that made me think, why didn't they just put this shade in this one and just make it easier for everybody? I don't think it was as highly rated and reviewed as well. That's absolutely something that I would wear. I might even stop something like this and just leave it alone for work. You know what? I'm gonna try this warmer shade just on the lid and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, this is, okay, so this right now is a winner as far as a work eyeshadow palette. I'm really enjoying it. Might as well go into the lighter shade and see what that looks like. I probably should have tapped that off. Yeah, this is cute. There was a truffle one that came out in the original one. This kind of reminds me of it a little bit. I don't know that I have it in here. I might. Hold on, let me grab it. Okay, I grabbed two palettes out of my little E.L.F. and my little 5-pan bin. Keep them at the ready. So this is the truffle palette, and it is a little bit more cool toned, and it's not all mattes. So you can see that there's, you know, two of the colors look similar-ish. This one definitely airs more on the cool side, but then as I was looking for it, I realized Cream and Sugar is very similar. Problem with Cream and Sugar, not problem, but Cream and Sugar, the main differentiation is these two are shimmers, and the lighter matte is a little bit darker, but I almost feel like these browns are very, very close. I'm not going to call them repeat shades, but they're very close, and these look like they would work really well with those mattes that came in this one too. So maybe if this is the color store that you like and you want to spend $6 on 8 shades, that might be a good consideration. Okay, let's finish up this look. It's all matte right now, and you know what? I almost feel like I've been wearing things kind of all matte lately, and I almost don't want to change it up. Let's just go back into the same eye crayon. Just gonna put a little lash. This and the Chocolate Mint quad in that collection. Actually, I like the lip glosses too. They were like a minty, tingly. I didn't care for the mint primers, the gel primer, but I did really like the clay mask. All right. Let's smudge this in, and I ended up with a completely smoky dark eye look. Of course I did. I'm gonna put some mascara on, I'll be right back. Mascara's on. You know what? These little E.L.F. bite size, I'm not seeing any issues with the quality. They seem to be every bit as good as they were before. This one's obviously lighter and brighter, but this, I don't know. I normally would have said I wouldn't have gone with this one. This wouldn't have been my first choice. If I hadn't been picking up this one, I probably wouldn't have been picking this one. But now that I've got it on my eyes, especially with the eyeliner and some mascara, it's it looks like a completely appropriate daytime, maybe with glasses, eyeshadow. And I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked that I like it. This one is more me. This is the little bit more of a smoky, maybe too much down below. If I were wearing this particular palette, the I Like You a Latte palette, I think it's I Love You a Latte. It's either I Love or I Like You a Latte. Anyway, this with the all mattes, I would absolutely wear that for work. 100%. Highly recommend. I think it looks like a nice kind of sable sort of blend. These eyeshadow crayons work really, really well for me. They're just not a super hard line. I like kind of smudging them into my lash line a little bit. Okay, pleasantly surprised with that. I do have 3 lip products here. One of them is, see, 2 of these are Love Triangle lip filler liners. They're new. And then another one is a glossy lip stain. So I figured maybe we would try these since they're kind of new products. I think with the triangle tip, it makes it easy to line and then fill. This first one is the shade Soft Pink. So this is Soft Pink. Yeah, it has a cute little triangle. You guys can't see this. It has a cute little triangle tip. Really like that. The next one is in Mauve. Okay, these Love Triangle lip liners were $4 each. And the eyeshadows, I think I said earlier, were $3. Most of the bite-size eyeshadows are $3. I think the Chocolate Mint collection, I think they were $4, but it's still $1 an eyeshadow. Okay, that's a little bit more brown. I'm gonna line with the brown, actually, the mauve one, and then we'll fill in with the other one. Mauve, huh? Normally when I think of mauve, I think of kind of like a cool tone purpley, like a purpley pink, and this one is not that. This is a really, really pretty color. Not seeing a whole lot of mauve, but I really like it. This one is called Soft Pink. And actually going pretty creamy, and I really like that color. And they don't make a bad combination. The only thing I would like to see maybe different with this, I like the triangle liner, but I would maybe like to see like a chunky crayon on either side. The same color, I think would make me super happy. Okay, let's take a look at this lip gloss here. Glossy Lip Stain. Basic Beige Lip Stain. Let's see. Oh, huh, super sheer. All right, probably won't change the color too much then. And I like it. Interesting consistency. I feel like this component and this consistency, slightly color pop, but I like the end result. Okay, I did pick up a new powder. This is one of the HD powders, Corrective Yellow. I don't know why, I just like, oh, I didn't have this one. The Halo powders tend to be a little too shiny for me. I don't like the way my skin looks after a while using them. They've had some other powders that I have liked. Okay, so the glossy lip stain was $6, and then this high def powder was actually another gift with purchase. So it's probably the reason why I was interested in trying it. I don't know. I didn't get into the whole baking thing, and partly because I have mature skin, but it's also the dry side of it. And so I didn't really get into the baking craze however many years ago. People are still doing it. And I see that when they do it, it looks beautiful, but I don't know. Now, with a yellow correcting, what does that counteract? Somebody tell me, because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not even particularly artistic. So with a correcting powder, yellow, it must be counteracting something on your skin. I know like peach works for like the under eye circles and stuff. I don't know what this is supposed to be counteracting, but the finish is actually really pretty. And that blush being a little shinier, I'm able to kind of tone it down a little bit, kind of bring blush line up a little. And then I picked up 2 other products in my last little e.l.f. haul. One of them is this Acne Stick. What is it called? Spot Gel with Aloe Acne Fighting Stick. These are like $3. I've gotten everybody in my family hooked on them, so every time I make an order, I pick up at least one. And then because my face has seemed so dry lately, I picked up their Holy Hydration Sleeping Mask. This is $10, so this is the most expensive thing that I picked up. I've tried a few of the other Holy Hydration, like I've gotten little travel sizes that I've used, and they were fine, but because I feel like I've been really fighting this sort of dry skin, especially this time of year, I decided to pick this up because I've been going through a lot of like the heavy-duty moisturizers at night. Anyway, there's 2 different eyeshadow palettes and the lip colors, which I'm super excited about. I think I might actually like this combination slightly better than this, but this with glasses, I did the chef's kiss thing, but everybody does that, so we're not doing that. Okay, you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I need to put this stuff back together here. I now literally have yellow powder all over my filming space. You guys aren't over the e.l.f. bite size, right? They're so good. They're, to me, as far as like the mini palettes go, the e.l.f. bite size for shadows, like the quads, and the ColourPop little quads, they're really good. Like, they're killing it this year. 3 times the price of the e.l.f. ones. More wider range of color story. Equally easy to use. And if you're not a makeup artist. then maybe, you know, it's beneficial to have something easy to use. All right, you guys, if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really love to make you part of the family. Ladies of a certain age get together, just trying to do the best we can with what we have. And if you got requests for things, please let me know in the comments down below. Leave me a comment anyway. I love interacting with you guys. Follow me over on Instagram at Shelly Tsunami. And until my next video, bye for now.